Dani Olmo has really impressed me in these few games he has played so far. Because looking at Dani Olmo, in that game yesterday, I was kind of not particularly happy with him in the first half. But not basically in him, but the entire team didn't perform well in the first half of that game against Oviedo. Looking at the video, who is seated bottom table, I never expected Barcelona to play that awful game yesterday in the first half. But the second half was much better than the first half. But looking at Dani Olmo, how he has been able to improve his game in the last couple of matches, incredible. It's very, very incredible. This is how I want the competition to be. As you are removing one or two players, you are bringing in another player. Let that performance still remain the same. And looking at it, I think that Dani Olmo and Fermín López have really been competing against each other. Yes, they've been struggling. They've been putting in the competition among themselves. And looking at the absence of Pedri, now I want to see how Dani Olmo and Fermín López will gel. Now, one thing I discovered in that game yesterday against Oviedo is the inclusion of Fermín López when Dani Olmo was still on the pitch. And looking at how as if I've been able to alternate the two of them, sometimes we see the two of them play in the same match, right, but different position. I think when you talk about centrally, I think Dani Olmo is a more central midfielder, and how he position himself, he like drifting in. Even if you play him by the flank, you can also drift in. Now, looking at Fermín López, Fermín López have two different characteristics how he can operate. Fermín López can play from the wing, so I don't think Dani Olmo can play from the wing side. So what the coach had been able to do is, whenever Dani Olmo is on the pitch, he tried to play Fermín López either from the wing side, right hand side, where he can also penetrate and help put these two pivots in the midfield. That's what he did yesterday, and he has tried this always in the second half. That's when you see Dani Olmo and Fermín López playing in that midfield. So now that we have Pedri missing in a couple of games, we'll be seeing Fermín López and Dani Olmo playing together. This is how Hansi Flick want them to play, so that they can be able to coordinate that midfield, control it. So I think I'm loving this idea that Hansi Flick has brought, and is helping pushing, right? He has done this in the last couple of games. He did it in the Champions League. He also did it in the game against Oviedo. So I also see him doing all of this in the game that is coming up, because the next 5 games now, I don't think Pedri will be available. So I'm seeing this kind of alternation coming in between Dani Olmo and Fermín López. I see Hansi Flick introducing the two of them, and they have this kind of pattern they play, and it's favoring Barcelona. Always in the second half, not necessarily in the first half. First half, you start in normal formation. We have Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, and then Lewandowski. Then he can also start Frederick de Jong, or he had to start Casado. Or what I'm thinking again is, in the game against Copenhagen, we might be seeing Fermín López and Dani Olmo starting that game, because we need to coordinate that midfield. We need to hold on to that midfield. But again, there is still the availability of Eric Garcia making it in that midfield, because this is a man that Hansi Flick will never bench for anybody. Yes, he's the most aggressive player we have in that team now. Aside of Araujo, we have another aggressive player in Eric Garcia. So there is no way Hansi Flick is benching Eric Garcia. Garcia has impressed so well that Hansi Flick cannot put him on the bench. So I see Eric coming into the midfield. So let's see how he's going to partner, because De Jong will be missing that Copenhagen game. So we might likely see Eric Garcia in midfield. Araujo will return back to defense. So Eric Garcia, maybe Fermín López and Dani Olmo, or Casado, Eric Garcia, and Fermín López. So any their way. So we're going to see that on Wednesday, right? So that's what I have for you this morning.